Hello and welcome to this NET Back to Basics video focusing today on Language Paper 1. Now the idea in each of these videos is that we'll be talking through a simple summary version of the key points for that topic as quickly as possible in a very straightforward fashion. So, Language Paper 1. Now the paper lasts 1 hour and 45 minutes, or about 2 hours and 10 minutes if you have that 25% extra time. The paper is split into two halves. The first half is reading and the second half is writing. Now some of the best advice for the paper is pretty basic. The first bit of advice is just to do the questions in order. Don't try and be clever and mess around with it. Just do the questions in the order they are in the paper. And that is the same advice that AQA give. Now the second key bit of advice I'd give is how you work out the timings. Basically, look at the marks and round to the 5 above that. So you've got up to 5 minutes for a 4-mark question, up to 10 minutes for an 8-mark question, and that works all the way up to having 45 minutes for a 40-mark question. Now for the reading section, the questions are based on a short extract from a fiction text. So essentially, it's an extract from a novel or from part of a short story. And you want to start the exam by reading the extract, and that should take you about 10 minutes. Now it's a good idea to look at the questions before you read the extract, and that way you know what you're looking for and in which bit of the text. So in terms then of reading the questions before I read the extract, let's run through this one as a quick example. Now for this extract, I can see that question 1 is about the first bit of the text. So that's lines 1 to 7, and it's focusing on things we learn about Oldham. Question 2 is about the middle bit, so lines 8 to 22, and it's focusing on how language is used to describe the landscape. Question 3 is about the whole thing, and it's about the structure. And question 4 is about the last bit of the text, so lines 23 until the end, and it's focusing on the sense that something bad is going to happen. Now what that means is that I can be annotating the text as I read it, and it's always a good idea to be reading with your pen, so be just constantly making notes as you read the extract. Now question 1 is really straightforward. And you can either do it quickly when you finish reading, or you can even do it while you're reading that first bit of the extract. Now question 1 is basically just a test of whether you can pick out bits of information about a topic. Now the question always tells you where to take your points from, so it's the first bit of the text, here it's lines 1 to 7, and it always tells you the topic, so again here it's things we learn about Oldham. Now you don't need to write in full sentences, and you don't need to quote, but your answers have got to make sense by themselves. So what that means is that the best answers tend to be more or less in sentences and tend to be more or less quotations. And they also tend to start with the topic. So here, for example, we could have points like, there are motorways carving up the landscape in Oldham. There are Titanic tower blocks in Oldham. There are a few familiar terraces in Oldham. Oldham is boxed in by fenced-off industrial estates. There used to be factories in Oldham, or Oldham has shiny-fronted businesses. Now, I only need 4 of those, and you only need 4 in the exam. But you can include more than 4, just in case you accidentally get one wrong. So although there's 4 spaces, you can put more than 1 point in each space if there are more than one, if there is more than 1 point to put in there. So there we go. Quick summary of paper 1 and a quick explanation about how we do question 1. Obviously, there's more videos covering all the other aspects of the paper, and there's more detailed versions also available on the NET English YouTube channel. Thanks for your time.